Specialized rebellion. Why experts who break the rules win the game. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I recently had the privilege of interviewing Mz Ladylox Latoya, a revolutionary force in the beauty industry whose impact extends far beyond hair transformations. Based in Perth, this visionary entrepreneur has redefined what it means to build a specialized business in today's marketplace. Her extraordinary expertise in hair coloring, extensions, and blonde transformations has not only transformed thousands of clients' appearances, but has fundamentally changed how we think about entrepreneurship in specialized fields. MZ Ladylock's feature in the She is ATL project and her development of products like the limited edition herb and lime oil aren't just business achievements. They represent a philosophy that challenges everything we've been taught about success. She embodies a radical authenticity that has created ripples of transformation throughout her community, empowering clients to embrace their true selves while demonstrating how specialized expertise can become a platform for profound change. What struck me most during our conversation wasn't just her technical brilliance, but the counterintuitive wisdom she offered about entrepreneurship, resilience, and authenticity. Today, I want to share insights that will challenge conventional thinking about success. Ideas that might feel uncomfortable, but could revolutionize how you approach your own path. We've been sold a dangerous lie. The lie that says success requires following established formulas. Get the right degree, follow industry standards, scale quickly, diversify broadly, play it safe. But what if these widely accepted truths are actually holding us back? What if specialization, not generalization, is the true path to extraordinary success? This is the first lesson I learned from Ms. Ladylox. The power of deep expertise in a narrow field. In a world that constantly pushes us to be everything to everyone, there's remarkable strength in saying, this is what I do exceptionally well, and this is what I don't do at all. Consider this. May Ladylocks didn't try to build a general salon offering every possible service. She didn't dilute her focus by attempting to master every trend. Instead, she focused intensely on becoming the absolute best at specific transformations, particularly in hair coloring and extensions. This specialization allowed her to develop a depth of knowledge and skill that generalists simply cannot match. We've been conditioned to believe that keeping our options open is always advantageous. More choices, more opportunities, more potential for success. But this assumption deserves scrutiny. When we spread ourselves too thin, we dilute our impact. We become adequate at many things rather than extraordinary at a few. The research confirms this. Studies in cognitive psychology show that experts, true experts, develop neural patterns that allow them to see possibilities invisible to others. They don't just know more facts, they perceive the world differently. Their expertise isn't just quantitative, it's qualitative. They see patterns, relationships, and opportunities that remain hidden to the rest of us. This is precisely what happened with Mz Ladylox. By focusing intensely on specific hair transformations, she developed an eye for color, texture, and technique that transcended basic training. She wasn't just applying techniques from a manual, she was innovating, creating approaches uniquely suited to each client's needs. But here's where it gets interesting. Conventional wisdom suggests that specialization is limiting. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, we're told. Yet, Ms. Ladylock's experience suggests the opposite. Her deep specialization didn't constrain her business, it became the foundation for expansion. From her core expertise in hair transformations, she developed her own product line, including that limited edition herb and lime oil. Her reputation for excellence in a specific domain created trust that transferred to other ventures. Specialization wasn't a limitation, it was a launch pad. This brings me to the second counterintuitive insight. In business, constraints often fuel creativity rather than hinder it. We typically think of constraints as obstacles to overcome. Limited resources, specific market needs, geographic boundaries, these feel like challenges to surmount. But what if they're actually advantages in disguise? When Mz Ladylox focused specifically on hair transformations for her clientele in Perth, she wasn't limiting her potential. She was creating boundaries within which true innovation could flourish. By deeply understanding the specific needs of her community, she could develop solutions perfectly tailored to those needs. This phenomenon isn't unique to the beauty industry. Consider the Japanese concept of ikigai, finding the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. This sweet spot isn't found by keeping all options open. It's discovered by embracing specific constraints and working within them. The third insight challenges another common assumption that business growth necessarily means becoming less personal, less connected to individual clients. The standard narrative suggests that as businesses scale, they must standardize, automate, and distance themselves from individual customer relationships. Efficiency demands it, we're told, but Mz Ladylox's approach suggests an alternative path. Despite growing her reputation and expanding her offerings, she maintained the deeply personal connection with clients that characterized her work from the beginning. Each hair transformation remained a collaborative, individualized experience. This wasn't just good for clients, it became a sustainable competitive advantage. In an age of automation and mass production, the personal touch becomes more valuable, not less. As artificial intelligence and machine learning make standardized services increasingly accessible, the truly human elements of business empathy, creativity, personalization become premium offerings. This leads to our fourth insight: authenticity isn't just a marketing buzzword, it's a business strategy with remarkable power. We're often told to study successful business models and replicate them, find what works and copy it. But Mz Ladylock's success came not from imitating others, but from expressing her unique perspective, skills, and values through her work. Her feature in the She Is ATL project highlights this authenticity. She wasn't selected because she perfectly mimicked established industry leaders. She was recognized because she brought something distinctive to her field: her own voice, her own aesthetic, her own approach. This authenticity resonates with clients in ways that perfect technical execution alone cannot. People don't just want a service, they want an experience that feels genuine, that has character and personality. They want to connect with the human behind the business. The fifth insight challenges our assumptions about expertise itself. We typically think of expertise as knowing all the answers, but true expertise often manifests as asking better questions. In her consultations, Mrs. Ladylox doesn't simply tell clients what they need. She engages them in a dialogue, exploring not just what they think they want, but why they want it, how they want to feel, what lifestyle factors might impact their choices. This questioning approach leads to better outcomes than simply applying technical knowledge. This reflects a broader truth about expertise in any field. The master is not one who has memorized all solutions, but one who can identify the real problem beneath the presenting issue. They don't just solve the problem you bring them, they help you discover what problem actually needs solving. The sixth insight challenges our understanding of resilience in business. We often frame resilience as the ability to withstand hardship unchanged, to stand firm against challenges. But Mz Ladylox's journey suggests a different definition: resilience as adaptability, as the capacity to transform challenges into opportunities. The beauty industry, like many others, faced unprecedented challenges during the pandemic. Many businesses tried to simply weather the storm to endure until things returned to normal. But the most successful entrepreneurs, like Ms. Ladylox, didn't just endure, they evolved. By developing products like her herb and lime oil, she created new revenue streams when traditional services were constrained. She found ways to maintain client relationships even when in person interactions were limited. Resilience wasn't about rigidity, it was about flexibility. This brings us to our seventh insight. Success isn't just about what you achieve, it's about what you enable others to achieve. The traditional narrative of entrepreneurial success focuses on individual accomplishment, building a business, generating profit, gaining recognition. But Mrs. Ladylock's impact extends beyond her personal achievements. Through her work, she helps clients express their identity, build their confidence, and present themselves authentically to the world. This ripple effect, the way her expertise empowers others, is not incidental to her success, it's central to it. The most meaningful entrepreneurial journeys aren't just about building businesses, they're about creating value that extends beyond the transaction. Our eighth insight challenges conventional thinking about competition. Standard business wisdom suggests that we should focus on outperforming competitors, on securing market share at their expense. But Ms. Ladylock's approach suggests an alternative. Focus not on competition, but on contribution. By concentrating on developing distinctive expertise and delivering exceptional value, she created a position that wasn't easily comparable to others. She wasn't competing for the same clients as every other salon. She was attracting clients specifically looking for her unique approach and specialized skills. This shift from competition to contribution doesn't just feel better ethically, it works better strategically. When you're genuinely focused on making a distinctive contribution, you're playing a different game entirely, one with different rules and different measures of success. So, what does all this mean for you? What's the call to action here? I challenge you to embrace the power of specialized rebellion, to stop spreading yourself thin, trying to be all things to all people, to find your distinctive expertise and dive deeper than seems reasonable, deeper than feels comfortable. I challenge you to question the standard narratives about success, to ask yourself, where might specialization serve me better than generalization? How might my constraints actually fuel my creativity? What unique contribution can I make that isn't easily replicated? The world doesn't need more generalists playing it safe. The world needs specialists who are willing to break the rules, to question assumptions, to forge new paths based on deep expertise and authentic passion. The answers to these questions won't lead you to a business identical to anyone else's. They'll lead you to something far more valuable, a business that is authentically, distinctively yours. A business built not on formulas, but on your unique intersection of skills, passions, and market needs. This is the ultimate truth I learned from Mz Ladylox. True entrepreneurial success isn't about following someone else's path. It's about having the courage to create your own. And that courage, the willingness to specialize, to embrace constraints, to lead with authenticity, might just be the most valuable business asset you'll ever develop. The question isn't whether you can afford to specialize. The question is whether you can afford not to. Thank you.